And now, an exclusive sneak preview of a recent X-Talks webinar, AI and Radiomics in Drug Development, Challenges and Approaches.
So using this framework of the drug development process, it's quite clear that AI adoption has been quite profound over the last few decades in the drug discovery and early development stages. Because at these earlier stages, you're dealing with enormous amounts of data, potentially screening tens of thousands of compounds. And these type of processes are ripe for AI, and they can be streamlined and optimized using AI tools. And some examples in a very high level is in the target discovery and validation, which is one of the initial focus areas of the drug development process, where the goal is to find new disease targets to focus on as a potential drug target. And there are a plethora of data sets you can use to train your AI models, including gene expression, proteomic interactions, genomics, proteomics, as well as patient registry data, which can be systematically mined using AI algorithms to hopefully identify novel disease pathways and targets. Then the second area of AI adoption that I want to cover in this early stage is the hit and lead identification and optimization. The goal here is to generate molecules and predict if these molecules can interact with targets based on various properties like structural and biochemical properties. So at this point, you have the disease target identified, and it's a matter of finding molecules that can interact with the target or bind to the target in a particular way that hopefully elicits the response that you're looking for. The type of data sets you can rely on for these type of AI algorithms may include chemical, biochemical, and physiochemical data sets. So in addition to this, in theory, you can also use AI approaches to predict various characteristics of a molecule, including its toxicity, pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics, and other aspects that are important in the later stages of the development process. So essentially, you're trying to screen the molecules early on before they get tested in more expensive and time-consuming processes like cell lines and later animal models, and eventually in humans. So you can, in theory, also use AI approaches to predict the safety and efficacy in humans, although this is not a use case that's been developed and adopted to a high degree just yet, because it's very difficult to do. However, in theory, you do have access to all the preclinical data for the molecule of interest, as well as potentially a variety of preclinical and clinical data on similar compounds, which you can use to develop algorithms using AI. Just to provide a few examples from the real world, we have in the case of target discovery and validation, which is actually also an example of drug repurposing. We have the company Benevolent AI that was able to take advantage of the COVID-19 pandemic to mine a set of structured data sets of machine-read literature to discover an existing drug that had antiviral properties. This drug was baricitinib, which is an approved JAK inhibitor for rheumatoid arthritis. And they found that this drug, in addition to its anti-inflammatory effects through the JAK pathway, it had antiviral properties by mediating the entry of the COVID-19 virus into cells. And this was apparently done in a matter of days. So that's very powerful when you think about how long drug development takes for this stage in a typical context. Another example is the company Exscientia, which was able to fully design a molecule for a known target. So this is an example of hit and lead identification optimization, in that they were able to take an existing drug target that was well understood and design a molecule that would interact in a way with that target to elicit a response that is favorable. And in this case, it was a serotonin 5-HT1A receptor agonist, meaning the AI-developed compound binds to the receptor and also changes the receptor's activity to elicit a response. And this, I believe, was the first example of a fully AI-designed compound that entered clinical trials. Unfortunately, it didn't make it past phase 1 as it was discontinued, but since then, there have been many cases of AI developed or designed molecules that have entered the clinic.
To view the entirety of this webinar, visit the link in the description and register on xtalks.com completely free of charge.